channel. My name is Charlene Randall, and so today I am going to be talking about child support and how child support affects your tax return. So basically, child support is considered tax neutral, so it does not affect your tax return. Basically, think of it as this: if you were going to buy your child a new backpack, you wouldn't deduct the cost of the new backpack on your tax return because it is a personal expense. So child support is a personal expense for you to take care of your child. So the only difference is that instead of buying those personal items yourself, you give the money to take care of your child. So if you are paying child support, that is a personal expense. So that is how it's looked at in the IRS. Is child support taxable income? No, child support is not taxable income. You receive the support from your partner or your ex-partner. Those payments are not considered taxable income. Child support payments count as personal expenses because you're using the money to cover your child's everyday needs. So it is tax neutral. Just like alimony is not considered taxable income either. So if you receive taxable income, that would include alimony, not taxable income, excuse me. So alimony and child support is not taxable income. Is child support tax deductible? A lot of people ask these questions, believe it or not. So I wanted to answer a few of these questions just to get them, to someone who may really be trying to figure this information out because they are going to file taxes and they want to understand what this means for them. So is child support tax deductible? No. If you make child support payments, you should not deduct those from your taxable income. They're not considered personal expenses for tax purposes, so they are not deductible. Okay? Who claims the child on taxes when parents have 50-50 custody? So I just discussed this in an earlier video. You can click on that video and you will see the information about what has to happen and what are the qualifications. Basically, if you share custody, there has to be an agreement because only one person is allowed to claim that dependent. So only one person is allowed to claim the child as a dependent on a tax return. So they also have to be a qualifying dependent. So you have to have all of the factors which I talked about in the last video when it comes to parents and who is going to claim the child as a dependent. So there are special circumstances that the child must meet for those requirements with the parent. Can two parents, this is the next question, can two parents claim the same child on taxes? No. Only one parent can claim a dependent. So the child will only be claimed on one tax return. If they are claimed on a earlier return, then that second return is going to be rejected. So only one parent can file the child as a dependent. Only the first return is going to be accepted by the IRS. What happens if a parent claims a child on taxes without permission? Okay, so let's say you're filing taxes and you claim your child as your dependent. If your ex or the child's father already filed and claimed them first, the IRS will likely reject your return because you filed second. The reject code you will receive will indicate that the dependent has already been filed for and claimed and accepted on a tax return. So there are things that you can do if this does happen, if there is no agreement. So if the non-custodial parent claims the child, there should be a written and signed declaration for that parent to have permission to file the child, allowing your ex to claim your child on the tax return. So that's going to be done with a 8332 form. So that's going to be an 8332 form that needs to be filed for that child to be claimed by the non-custodial parent. So that's how you will know which parent should be claiming the child. Usually the custodial parent is usually who files the child, unless there is agreement, and then the non-custodial parent will file for the child. So there is no miscommunication. You have to communicate with the other parent, so there is no information that is sent over to the IRS that's incorrect or that will hold up or reject your tax return. Because you don't want to send a tax return to the IRS and it's rejected, because that's going to take time to get things back in order and sent back out, and it's going to also raise some red flags as to the communication and why this parent is filing and one is accepted and another parent is still filing. So that means that there was no communication, most likely. So talk to the other parent and make sure you guys agree on who is going to file that child for the year for tax return. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next video.